I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over the 2019 Thor Freedom Elite 24FE. This is the only one in the Freedom Elite lineup that is built on the Mercedes-Benz chassis. So if you love everything about the Freedom Elite, but you want the fuel economy and dependability of the Mercedes name, then this is the one that you want to take a look at. Starting off on the kitchen here, you'll see it's a very functional kitchen. You have the huge single bowl sink right here. It's very deep, so that way you can fit some residential pots and pans down in there. High-rise pull-out faucet right here makes washing and rinsing those dishes a little bit easier. You'll also notice off to the side is a countertop extension for some additional prep space. All sorts of stuff right over here, electrical outlet, your power on and control, battery disconnect, power stabilizer jacks, and underneath that is the solar prep controllers. This one is prepped for solar, so that way you can put them right up on the roof. The controller is obviously already built in. Moving over a little bit further into the kitchen here, you see the 3-burner cooktop with the glass cover, so you can use all this as prep space. This probably will be your main prep area right here. Obviously, this just folds up and back, doubles as a backsplash, also gives you access to your cooktop. The knobs light up here, which is great. If you want to shut that off, you can certainly do that as well, but it does make a nice little night light for any guests that are staying. Underneath that, in lieu of a standard oven, the 24FE has the convection microwave oven. This is great. It honestly cooks faster than your standard oven, and it's easier to clean. Underneath that, you have the large drawer right here for some of your bigger items. Bank of 3 drawers off to the side. Open those ones up for you. The bottom one is a little bit bigger. You can see that there. And then a spot for your trash can. A dedicated spot right here in your kitchen, right where you want it. I love they're able to put that in. This top is just a little fold-down guy. You know, the sink is there, but they tried to utilize that space to the best of their ability. Moving back up a little bit, you'll notice the big window right here lets in a ton of natural light. You know, a lot of manufacturers would have just put a little window in to try to save some money, but you know, they did it kind of like the entire kitchen right here, which I like. And then up above, you'll see LED lights up here, of course, as well as you know, your top right here. So anything you are cooking, you're not getting, you know, not ruining the bottom of your cabinets. You have a plate there, which is a lot easier to clean. And then right up top, if we look at the cabinets themselves, adjustable shelf in there, so that way you can adjust it to your needs. This one, however, is just open, so if you have some larger items, this will probably be the place to put them. Moving back, you have the overhead storage here. It is strut assisted, so easy one-hand operation to get up and grab whatever you need to up there. You'll also see, it's kind of tough to see, well, it's Velcro down, but there is a Blu-ray player right here. So if you want to watch a Blu-ray, that is where your Blu-ray player is located. Directly underneath that is your fridge-freezer combo. This one does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. So that way, you know, you don't have to worry about it. It does all the hard work for you. And then right back here in the corner is the bathroom. If you take a step in here with me, you'll see the mirrored medicine cabinet right up top. That obviously has storage behind it. Underneath your sink top here, it is a stainless steel bowl, which is great. Upgraded bowl. They also have some decent countertop space on both sides. Electrical outlet to plug anything in. Then you will see your storage underneath here. Open that up for you so you can take a look. Some decent storage there. Off to the side here is your toilet paper holder. And then right here, so this one has your on-demand water heater, which is fantastic. So, you know, it makes it a lot easier if you plan on taking some longer showers. The on-demand water heater works very, very well. And then right here, speaking of shower, I'll take a step in here. So this is one of the things that I really like about the 24FE. Folks, I'm 6 foot. As you can see, I have plenty of space to the ceiling, even more with the skylight. You know, you're a tall person, you're 6'5", 6'6", you can probably still shower in here, no problem, underneath that skylight. Now, granted, your hand wand, you know, probably hitting you in the chest at that point, but at least you can do it in a Class C, which most of them, you know, cannot accommodate people that are that tall. So I definitely love that. It's also a very sturdy base. So, you know, if you don't, a lot of times you step in a shower and you feel like you're going to fall through it. You never have to worry about it in a Freedom Elite, folks. They are very sturdy there. So excellent bathroom setup overall. On the door right here, you also have some robe hooks or towel hooks. So that way, obviously, you can hang those items up appropriately and accordingly. Right here in the back is the slide-out bed. The great thing about a slide-out bed, it gives you a little extra privacy, plus allows you to have a little bit better floor plan because it's not taking up, you know, as much real estate here. You'll see the curtain, which obviously, as I mentioned, closes off for privacy, kind of gives you that bedroom space. Now, we'll see a little bit later that the TV is not on a swing arm in the main TV area. So what they did is they actually give you a second TV right back here. So that way, you know, if you are laying in bed, you want to watch TV, you have one just for you. Thermostat is also back here. This does control both your ducted heat as well as the ducted AC. This is a foldable mattress. Pretty much any time in a Class C you have a slide-out bed like this where it's sliding out the side, it will be a foldable mattress. But honestly, they do a great job. You really don't even feel it. I do have some people that, will buy like a memory foam topper to put on there, just, give it a little bit of extra comfort. So that is always an option too. Shelf over here to the side. Built into that shelf, you have a standard electrical outlet. So if you have a CPAP machine, that'll accommodate you. You also have your 12 volt there as well as dual USB ports. Couple windows. You have one right here in the very back, one in the side of the slide, one in the back of the slide. That big one is the emergency exit. Directly underneath, couple LED lights, and then storage going all the way across the top. Coming back out, big wardrobe, folks. Take a look at that. It's a super deep wardrobe. The thing I like about this is, you have spot to hang your clothes right here. You also have shoe racks in the back. So, if you want to put your extra shoes back in there, it gives you a convenient spot to do it. You generally don't get that in a lot of other Class Cs. Again, just a very deep wardrobe space here. It does have mirrors on the front in case you want to, be able to stand back, check yourself out. And then 3 large drawers right underneath. So again, very large drawers. So if you plan on going somewhere, staying somewhere for a while, this one can accommodate you on the clothing side. Moving up a little bit further is the Dream Dinette. So a couple great things about the dinette here. One, this one actually has like your leatherette instead of a cloth. So if you have the grandkids or maybe you're taking the kids, whatever, the cool thing about this is if they spill, this is really easy to clean. So you can certainly appreciate that. Also, the Dream Dinette easily converts from a table into a bed. You have this lever right here. You just flip that lever basically just like this, and then that will allow you to push the bed down. I'm not going to do it currently because I'm sitting here. Obviously, you'll want to be standing outside or the table will fall on your legs, but that way you can push it down. It converts quite easily. This also has cup holders here, which is super convenient for any additional riders. You have 2 seat belts, so that way if you're going down the road, and you have a fast food cup, you can set it in there so it's not falling and spilling all over your beautiful RV. Couple windows here too, one on the side to let in natural light, and this big one spanning the entire length here. Now granted, this will be looking out at your neighbor's campsite if you have a neighbor there, but at least it does let in a lot of light. Couple LED lights underneath here as well as storage all the way across the top. I like the fact they put LED lights under the cabinets as well as on the top of the slide. A lot of manufacturers will do one or the other and it's kind of dim, especially if you're trying to play like a board game or something at night. You certainly don't have that problem here in the 24 FE. Right over here you will also see storage, so you can pull this out. Easy access storage. You can see how long that is, so wonderful storage area, and again, easy to get to thanks to the drawer. There's an electrical outlet there underneath as well in case you need to plug anything in. Right up top here is the cab over. This obviously is what signifies the Class C. The thing I love about the Freedom Elite, folks, is this is a 500-pound weight capacity. So even if you have 2 adults, chances are most of them can be able to sleep up here together, whereas most manufacturers have about 300 to 350-pound weight capacity, so sometimes it gets tough for 2 adults. You also see the ladder right here, so you can easily climb up there. You have some cup holders right up in the front corner. And if you need to charge any cell phones, you have USB ports right there as well as the little nets. That way they can set their cell phones right there at night. There is a window up top as well as a vent. This is pretty important. If you're not running the AC, not running the AC, save these people's lives. Open up that vent, open up some windows so they can get some cross ventilation in here. If we take a look down below, as I mentioned, this one is on the Mercedes-Benz chassis. One thing I will tell you right away, folks, is if you're coming from the home portion into the cab area, it is a pretty good step. So just be aware of that. You want to make sure you step down. You don't want to trip and fall and hurt yourself. Obviously, if you're coming in from the driver passenger door, it's not a problem, but I always try to warn people of that when stepping into a Mercedes chassis. However, the Mercedes chassis, it is wonderful. It's elegant. You have the leather seats right here. You take a look up front, you'll see the HDMI port as well as a USB charger right there. That HDMI has screen mirroring. You take a look right up top at that center dash. You'll see that one also is obviously a radio and your backup camera. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a look at some of the outside features on the Freedom Elite 24 FE. As I mentioned inside, folks, this one is built on the Mercedes-Benz chassis, housing the 3-liter V6 engine, putting out 188 horsepower and 325 foot-pounds of torque. Making our way back a little bit here, you will see the bi-directional mirrors, so you have some added visibility, help cover some of those blind spots. You have the graphics package, which goes from the cab kind of into the body, making the transition a little more seamless, especially with your bottom panels here, you know, matching the rest of the home portion. They just did a good job of blending everything together. Power awning spans the entire length of the home portion. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. Also has the LED light strip on there, so you have light at night. The grab handles mounted right to the side, nice and sturdy to give you that extra control and support when entering or exiting. And then this one also has the power step to help you up and into the coach. Right down here, we'll open this up for you. See the large storage area. Let me get this box out of here so we can take a look. But this is Rotocast, which is wonderful. The cool thing about this, folks, is it's not going to rust if it gets wet. Also, it's easy to wash and clean. You throw a bunch of wood in here, it's all dirty, no problem. Take a power washer, spray everything out, you're good to go. There is a light over to the side. Obviously, if you're power washing, try not to hit the light there. But having the light in there is great as well, so that way if you have light at night, or if you're trying to get in there at night, the light makes it easy. The thing I love about this is how big that storage area is on the camp side. A lot of times to get a storage area that big, you have to do it on the off-door side or it's in the very back. Having it right there is super convenient. Right here's your fresh water fill. If you plan on going somewhere you don't have city water, you're definitely going to want to bring some water with you. That'll be the place to do it. Another thing I like that they do on the Freedom Elite is take a look at this. So this is the back of your refrigerator. This is the back of your furnace. If you notice, folks, they are color matched. Most times, most manufacturers just have a black or white plate on here. Not on the Freedom Elite. They did color match all that. Again, it gives it a much more streamlined look. You will see a couple of electrical outlets in case you need to plug anything in. That'll be the place to do it right there. This is cool too. Rather than having to drop down to get to a propane quick connect, they have it very convenient. It's just tucked away right here, so you don't have to get down on your knees. You can just take your favorite grill, plug it in right there, and now you're feeding off the coach's propane rather than having to bring the small little green bottles. Another small storage area right back here, but again, you know, if you set up a grill, you do a lot of grilling, it's a perfect spot for some of your grill supplies, you know, your tongs, spatulas, you know, grill gloves, apron, whatever else, you can toss it right back there. And then there is a light in there as well. Taking a step back here, you will see the bumper that is built in. Directly underneath that, though, is your hitch. This one has a 5,000-pound hitch on there, so if you plan to do some towing, this one does have the capability to do it. You'll also see the rear-mounted ladder, so that way you can climb up onto the roof. It has a one-piece TPO roof up there, so a little less maintenance than your standard rubber roof, which is fantastic. And you'll also notice the backup camera too, so that way as soon as you put it in reverse on that center dash console, you can see what is behind you to make sure you're not going to back up and hit anything. On the off-door side here, you will see you have almost a full wall slide, so big slide over here. It does use the Schwintek worm gear system. What you'll notice is you have one rail on the bottom, and because it is a bigger slide, they actually have two right up top. Folks, this is one of the best slide systems in the industry. You just have to know basically how it works, and essentially it has two motors that have to be in sync. So what you want to do is when you open the slide up or when you close it, when it's fully extended, just hold that button for an extra 2-3 seconds. You will hear those motors just kind of sync up. You'll hear them wind down a little. Do the same thing when you bring it back in, and that will help ensure that you don't have any issues. If you hear issues on the Schwintek system, it's because people didn't do that. The motors get slightly out of sync and they don't want to move together. But again, if you do that, folks, you shouldn't have any issues. It is a great slide system, very reliable. You'll also notice right up top, on top of that slide, you have the topper itself. So that way when you do bring the slide back in, any sticks, pine cones, acorns, whatever else that's on top won't get jammed all up in your seals. It'll just roll right off when that slide comes in. If we drop down underneath this part of the slide, you will see this storage area. So big storage area right here. Again, you have a light in there, but you have to love this. You know, this one of the things I love about this particular model is even though it's not a huge floor plan, it does have a lot of storage. Another smaller storage area right over here. Again, you have the light. You'll see your black tank flush, which is great, so that way you can wash out the black tank nice and easy without sticking a hose down the toilet. Termination is right down underneath there, black and gray tank valves. Your generator, this one is the 3600 Cummins Onan LP generator on there. 30 amp power supply will plug right in there. Cable inlet is directly above that. If we take a look under here, now I'm going to be honest with you, this is not the easiest storage to get to. So what I recommend is obviously loading up this storage and unloading this storage under here when the slide is in. It just makes life a little bit easier on you. But It is a huge storage area, just like we had on the other side. You can see that right there. Definitely something you'll want to take advantage of during your travels. Up a little bit further ahead there is the propane. In case you're wondering where to fill your propane at, you can see the door there. And if we take a look on the slide itself, again, additional storage area. So as I mentioned, even though it's not a huge Class C, there is a ton of storage on the 24FE. If you have city water, your inlet will be right here for it. Outside shower with both hot and cold water access. Again, it's not just a white or black, plastic housing they put on here. They color matched it to give it that streamlined look. Same thing they did with your water heater right here. As I mentioned inside, this one does have the tankless water heater. That will be the outlet for it there. One last thing I do want to mention on the chassis here, which is kind of cool in case you didn't know on the Mercedes. In order to fill your fuel, you have to open the driver's side door to be able to access it. They do that to help prevent theft. So that way, when your door is shut and locked, people can't come up here and siphon your fuel. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2019 Thor Freedom Elite 24FE. If you're interested in this beautiful motorhome and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.